So Canto Bight. That's more like Canto Blight. Am I right?
How you get so big getting food of this kind?
So if you saw my first impression video of The Last Jedi, then you know that I wasn't so hot on the Canto Bight sequence, which is certainly not a unique opinion. I see a lot of people to this day still expressing that concern, that it didn't add a whole lot to the story, that it took away from the film, that it was useless, that it was pointless, blah blah blah. I was right there with you for a long time, and then as I saw the film more, I came to realize what it was actually doing. And to that point, I guess what I would say is Canto Bight had a huge impact on the story, but not so much on the plot. And if that sounds a little bit strange, let me explain. I was taught that plot is a series of cause and effect relationships within space and time, and story can exist outside of that space and time. So for example, if you're watching a film and there's a flashback, that flashback exists within the story, but not within the plot. It is not something that takes place within the space and time of the film itself. Now, you might disagree with me on those definitions or think they're a little funky, but understand for the purposes of this video, that's how I'm going to define the difference between story and plot. So yeah, Canto Bight didn't at all help the series of cause and effect within The Last Jedi. In fact, it kind of hurt it. If Finn and Rose hadn't gone off to Canto Bight, then they never would have met DJ, they never would have gotten caught by the First Order, and DJ wouldn't have revealed the Resistance plan to the First Order. If they hadn't gone on that mission at all, a lot less people would have died, and the movie would have been about an hour long. And because of this, I can see why some people would think that it's kind of a red herring plotline. But in fact, it has a huge impact on the story of The Last Jedi. And not the story of Poe and can he become a leader instead of a hothead and all of that. The more I watched The Last Jedi, the more I realized that everything about Canto Bight was about Finn and his journey. Actually, Rose's character in a lot of ways is all about Finn. And I might catch some hate for saying it, but I think it's kind of true. And Finn's story ultimately ends up kind of ignored, and a lot of that is because Kylo and Rey's story is so hypnotic, and there was so much controversy around Luke's story and Poe's story, no one really heard about Finn's story. Part of this is just the nature of the beast when you have a lot of main characters in one film. Every movie has that one through line that just doesn't quite make it when you have an ensemble cast. I wish it wasn't the case, but it doesn't mean The Last Jedi is somehow any more off than any other ensemble movie. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell Finn's story. See, Finn is actually my favorite character from the sequel trilogy, and that might surprise a lot of you because I have my shrine to Kylo Ren right here, but Kylo is the most interesting character. Kylo is the most interesting looking character. I love his armor, that's why I have so many figurines of the guy. If I was gonna be best friends with anyone from the sequel trilogy, it would be Finn. Finn's character arc is one of a man looking for his place in the galaxy. In The Force Awakens, he's a trained soldier, turned janitor, turned soldier again. He's on the run. He's never out to stop the First Order. He doesn't even believe that's possible. The only reason why he gets pulled into the conflict is to save Rey. Finn isn't loyal to any organization. That much is clear. He's loyal to people. It's the death of his squad mate that ultimately sends him away. He feels an instant connection to Rey, which is why he wants to save her and protect her. So he goes to Starkiller Base just to save her. Not to fight the First Order, not to face Phasma, not to be a hero. He ends up in a coma for the short time between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and is surprised to find out that Rose thinks he's a hero. He is the Finn. Why? He wasn't a hero. He doesn't care about the Resistance. He woke up from a really long nap to find out he really became a big deal in the Resistance. Here he is, once again, trying to run away to save Rey, not to be a coward, not to desert. He's not in this for the cause, at least not yet. And that's really Finn's arc. It never gets completed in The Force Awakens. His arc really comes full circle in The Last Jedi. There's that corny line when he's fighting Phasma and the Michael Bay explosions are going on behind him, and she's all like, "You were always scum," and he's like, "Rebel scum." That part isn't just a throwback, it isn't just an Easter egg, it's the point where Finn becomes a hero. He's picked a side. In that moment, he declares himself a rebel. It's not about himself or his friends anymore. It's about everyone. When he almost dies to destroy the big door killing gun, that's the point where Finn is finally embracing this idea that he could be a hero. And strangely enough, that's where we kind of meet Poe in The Force Awakens. Finn is ready to be the hotshot hero now. He's ready to be impulsive. And it's Rose who gets Finn there. The relationship between Finn and Rose is an important one. And as a quick aside, I don't think it's a romantic one. I know this is another problem a lot of people had. They thought the romance line between them was kind of weak. Well, it felt kind of weak because I don't think it's really there. I think Rose likes Finn. I think she has some hero worship going on for him, but I don't think Finn feels that way towards her at all. That said, their friendship is very important. Rose teaches Finn the value in having a side, in having values, in believing in something. Canto Bight is all about how there's more to everything than what we see on the surface. That beautiful things can have ugly truths, and how the small can fight the big. Canto Bight is Finn's dark side cave. It's his parentage reveal. It's his dying wife. It's the point in the story where Finn learns where his beliefs meet reality. It's the point where he has to decide who he is. And what Rose starts, DJ finishes. And by the way, actually in the film, DJ isn't his real name. It stands for Don't Join. He's the actual embodiment of a neutral party as a character. And when Mr. Don't Join, who in so many ways could be Finn's future self, turns in people who need help, Finn knows who he wants to be. He wants to be rebel scum. I'm hoping now that Rey has gone on her spiritual journey, and that Poe has faced the reality of command, and Finn has learned the meaning of joining a side, we can see this big three of the sequel trilogy really find their place in the galaxy. So, those are my thoughts on Finn and Canto Bight. I hope that kind of helped give that sequence a little bit of purpose in the film for you if it was still kind of lacking. Please leave a comment. I love talking to you guys and discussing things in the comments section. Please follow us at Port Haven Forums, where you can keep up to date on all the things that we're up to. Visit us at port-haven.com, where there's even more content, articles that we publish there that obviously never quite make it to the video format. And as always, until next time, keep it real and fly casual.
Now cooking can be fun.